think I may have a problem. Something very unexpected has happened to my seed potatoes. They were kept in a cupboard with the box lid open and they've all sprouted already. And they've all become linked together. I don't quite know what to do about that. I think I'm going to have to hopefully chop some of these back and they will still grow in the ground, or some of them might be able to go in with those longish spikes on them. What do you think? Hello and welcome, my name's Will and this is my channel all about my allotment plot. Today I'm hoping to plant some of my seed potatoes in one of the two new raised beds that I created and see how they grow. What a difference a day makes. Yesterday it was roasting hot and I came down to the plot and started hammering putting some plastic lining around the edges of the raised beds because I want to try and protect that wood for as long as possible. And then I started filling the bottom of the beds with cardboard, as much cardboard as I had, trying to fill in as many gaps as I could. And then I've watered all that cardboard in with the plan today to add on some farm manure and some general purpose compost and hopefully be able to fill those raised beds as much as I can, and then for the potatoes to go on in there. So initially I had planned on using this bed to grow the potatoes, but once I've got the cardboard in I've realised it's not actually that deep because there was quite a lot of soil in there anyway, and I couldn't dig any more out because I've got nowhere to put it. So I think I'm going to use this one for the brassicas instead, and the potatoes are going to go into this one, which is much deeper. It's at least, I think I measured it about 7-8 inches deep, so well, down this end it gets a little bit shallower down that end, but this should be much better. So the cardboard's in there and now to fill it with the compost. Just want to start by giving it one last water. Just try and flatten down as much of this cardboard as possible. And I've got 7 bags of this compost, so let's see how many it takes. Definitely going to need more than 4. Let's keep going. Right, I think I'm going to rake that over, see what it looks like when it's all flattened out a bit. Going to take quite a bit more than I expected. I mean, that's going to be enough to put the potatoes in, but then I'm going to probably need the same again to fill it up. So I've added the last bag of farmyard manure. I also managed to find 1 bag of multi-purpose compost, so that's also gone on the top. I think that's probably just about going to be enough, but as the potatoes come through, I reckon I'm going to need at least another 3, maybe 4 bags to top it up, but hopefully that's enough to at least plant them in there today. Right, let's get them in the ground. These ones seem to have the least amount of growth on them, so I'm going to go with these. These are called Scottish basic potatoes, or they're Charlotte potatoes. So let's open up this packet. I don't know whether to cut these growth bits off or cut them down to the more knobbly bits, or just leave them as they are. What do we think? I mean, should I cut? Let's try one of them. If I cut it down to that, is that going to grow back? Only time will tell. Let's bury it nice and deep. Good. Let's get some more in there. I've got all tangled up in the netting as well, which doesn't help. That one's got some fresh shoots. I might break that shoot off and just let the fresh ones come through. Chuck that one away. Right, Same for this one. I'm going to break off that longer bit and just go with these slightly smaller bits. Okay, I'm going to crack on with this and I'll be back in a minute. Unfortunately, I had to cheat a little bit with my tomatoes. These are the ones that I grew from seed back in the end of March, I think it was, maybe early April. And as you can see, they're just not really doing much. They've not even got their true leaves yet. They're still only about this size, and I don't think they're going to make it, to be honest. I'm going to persevere with them because I did plant them quite late last year and got quite a lot of green tomatoes. But I would have expected them to be much further on by this time. So if you've got any tips and tricks on how to make the tomatoes grow much quicker, then let me know. Maybe they just need to go into bigger pots. So I will give that a try. But while I was at the garden centre yesterday, I also picked up 2 tomato plants. These were quite expensive though. I think they were like £3. They might have been £2.99, somewhere around that. But this is more how I'd expect these to look by now. So these 2 I'm going to pot on, give them a cane, keep them in the polytunnel, and they should hopefully bear fruit this year. Whereas those ones, I'm not really sure, but I will keep going with them, hopefully. It's far more fun to get tomatoes from seed than to buy them. It's time to say goodbye to the tulips. They did well, but they're well and truly dead. I don't think I'm going to save the bulbs. I don't think tulip bulbs do very well the following year. But I do want to start using this bed. So to do that, I have got my 3 sunflowers, which I'd like to go along the front here. And then if my corn will ever germinate and start growing, that's going to go in rows further back along here and fill this bed. So today I'm just going to clear this front little section, plant up these 3, and then again hopefully they will grow to the 7 foot that they should grow to. It's not perfect, but it should do just enough to get these hopefully into the ground. And this is actually quite a sunny spot. I need to get my trail. Great. And then these have done quite well in these pint glasses. Their roots have gone nice and deep. Yeah, and as I was saying, this is quite a sunny spot, so I'm hopeful these will do quite well here. Right, let's get the other 2 in. Let me give these some water and we'll track the progress of these over the next few months and see how tall they get. Hopefully we can make 6-7 feet maybe not. I think the record is something like, well, I don't know, I think it's like 20 something feet, more than that, maybe between 20 and 30 feet. I don't think if these get that high, I think that'll be a bit much, but hopefully they get to a good height. Let's see what happens. Thank you to everyone that commented about when to harvest onions, and actually same for garlic. These ones at the front are garlic, but I don't think they're quite ready yet. But what has happened is they begin to develop these seed heads, which I don't think is a good thing. So I think I'm going to cut these off. I'm not sure if you're supposed to or not, but I want to prevent the bulb from going to seed, and then what I've heard is that it takes all the energy out of the bulb and it stops growing any bigger. It moves all the energy towards making the flower seed, and then you can't store them as well either. So I don't particularly want to harvest them yet. Well, maybe I should be, but at least 4 of them have all got, well actually 6 of them have all got these little heads on them. So I'm going to snip all those off, and hopefully that keeps them a little bit safer. But let me know if this is the right thing to do or not, because I don't really know. I'm taking a little bit of a risk here, but hopefully it is, because it's done now. But otherwise these are looking pretty good. I have a feeling that some of these gooseberries could be ready to try. Oh no, actually that's still quite hard. I don't know, gooseberries supposed to go soft, or can you eat them? No, that's still way too hard. So they need a little bit longer. I thought they might be ready because they've developed quite a good size, but they're still rock solid, so they need a little bit longer to ripen, but they're going to be good, and they're full of gooseberries as well. It's going to be a good year for them. I'm going to have a lot of them, so if you've got any good gooseberry recipes, let me know, I'm going to need them. This stuff all through here has grown like crazy, so I've got this as sort of a hedge trimmer. I'm going to give it a try, see if it is any good. I'll cut him back. This actually works surprisingly well. Very good. Okay, now I've just got to tidy all this up. I'm pleased with this. It's definitely going to make life a lot easier in terms of trimming back the hedges. I think it's got another fitment that goes on the end that's a bit more of a strimmer sort of size, so I'm going to crack on with that anyway, have some fun with this. Right, I'm going to work on planting the last of these potatoes. But thank you very much for joining me again today. If you want to see how they progress over the next few months, don't forget to click that like, follow and subscribe, and I will catch you again next week. Have an amazing week and take care. Thank you.